Look up at the night sky. Each star is a sun, a potential center for worlds we have yet to discover. Here on our own world, a pale blue dot in the vast cosmic arena, something remarkable happened. A species of primate stood up, looked around. Instead of just accepting the world as it was, began to ask, what if? This question, this simple, powerful spark of curiosity, is the engine of all invention. It is the fundamental force that has propelled us from huddling in caves, wary of the dark, to sending robotic explorers to the dusty plains of Mars. It is a testament to the restless, searching nature of the human mind. A mind that sees a problem not as an obstacle, but as an invitation to create a solution. This journey of invention is not a series of random, disconnected events, where one idea lights the way for the next. Think of it as a cosmic relay race, the baton of knowledge passed down through generations. So let us embark on a journey through time, aboard our own ship of the imagination. Our story begins in the deep past, long before cities, before writing, before even the first farms. It begins with a force of nature that was both terrifying and mesmerizing: fire. For eons, our ancestors witnessed its destructive power in lightning strikes, forest fires. But then, a profound shift occurred. Someone, a true pioneer whose name is lost to time, did not run from the flame. They approached it. They learned to control it. This act of taming fire was perhaps our first great scientific experiment. It was a fundamental change in our relationship with the natural world. With fire, we could cook our food. This simple act unlocked vital nutrients, making them easier to digest and fueling the growth of our energy-hungry brains. A bigger, more complex brain meant more capacity for thought, for strategy, for invention. Fire also gave us warmth, allowing us to survive cold nights. For most of human history, knowledge was a fleeting thing. It lived only in memories and was passed down through the spoken word. A fragile chain of whispers across generations. They felt a need to make thoughts permanent. The first stirrings, magnificent cave paintings, bison, hunters, abstract symbols reaching from the distant past. These were the first attempts to store information outside the brain. The urge to record evolved. People realized simple, agreed symbols could represent objects and even sounds and ideas. In ancient Mesopotamia, around 5,000 years ago, this became one of the first true writing systems, cuneiform. A stylus pressed wedge-shaped marks into wet clay tablets. This was a revolution. For 1,000 years after the fall of Rome, the knowledge in handwritten books remained the privilege of the few. Monasteries were islands of literacy. Scribes copied by hand, slowly and laboriously. Then in the mid-15th century, a goldsmith in Mainz, Johannes Gutenberg, combined several existing technologies. Movable metal type, a screw press adapted from winemaking, new oil-based ink. He created the printing press, a machine that produced books with astonishing speed and accuracy. This wasn't just a better way to make books. It changed the economics and distribution of information. Suddenly, knowledge had been unchained. One press could make hundreds of copies in the time a scribe made one. The cost of books plummeted. Books became accessible to a growing middle class. Merchants, artisans, thinkers. Ideas once locked in halls of power spread through towns and cities. For most of human history, our power was limited by the strength of our own muscles, or the muscles of the animals we domesticated. We had windmills and water wheels, a windy hill, a flowing river. The next great leap required us to invent a new kind of muscle, one that could be put to work anywhere, anytime. The answer was found in something as simple as a kettle boiling on a stove: steam. The realization that expanding water vapor could be used to push a piston and turn a wheel was the key that unlocked the Industrial Revolution. In the 18th century, inventors like James Watt refined the steam engine, making it dramatically more efficient and powerful. This wasn't just another machine, it was a prime mover. The steam engine was a source of power that was untethered from geography. You could build one anywhere you could burn fuel, like coal, to boil water. This liberated factories from the riverbanks and allowed them to spring up in newly forming cities. These factories, powered by steam, could produce textiles, iron, and other goods on a scale that was previously unimaginable. When placed on rails, it became the locomotive, creating the railroad. For centuries, electricity was little more than a curiosity. It was the strange crackle of static, the ghostly light of St. Elmo's fire, or the awesome power of a lightning bolt. Scientists like Benjamin Franklin began to investigate its nature: Michael Faraday, James Clerk, Maxwell. They discovered the profound connection between electricity and magnetism. They showed that this invisible force could be generated, controlled, made to do useful work. This was the dawn of the electrical age, a period that would illuminate our cities and shrink our world in ways the steam engine never could. The first great application was light. Thomas Edison's invention of a practical, long-lasting incandescent light bulb in 1879 was a triumph of industrial research. It was a safe, reliable alternative to the flickering, open flames of gas lamps and candles. But the bulb itself was only part of the system. Engineers built the entire infrastructure of power plants, transmission lines, wiring, delivering electricity to homes and businesses. While some were using this new force to create light, others dreamed of using it to send information. Alexander Graham Bell. The 20th century saw the birth of a machine that would redefine information. It began with mechanical calculators and theoretical concepts from Alan Turing, who dreamed of a universal machine. During World War II, that vision became real with the first electronic computers, ENIAC. Room-sized machines built to calculate artillery trajectories, powerful but cumbersome. Then the transistor, then the integrated circuit shrank those behemoths down to a desk, to our laps, to the palms of our hands. The computer is a different kind of invention. It doesn't just do one thing like a steam engine or a light bulb. It is a universal tool. It manipulates information. Numbers, text, images, sounds, all reduced to ones and zeros. This versatility transformed every field: science, complex simulations, commerce, logistics, art and entertainment, graphics and music. The personal computer brought this power home, but true power came when we connected them all. Built on the old telephone network, visionaries created ARPANET, a decentralized, survivable network. ARPANET evolved into the internet. By the 1990s, Tim Berners-Lee created the World Wide Web, a global library where anyone could publish and access knowledge instantly. Today, August 22nd, 2025, we live in a world shaped by cascading inventions. The story of invention continues. New revolutions, artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, space exploration. The human question, what if, drives us. It's the spark of cosmic curiosity lighting our way, a future we're inventing together.